The Tragic Tale of Oedipus. I am Oedipus, son of Laius and Jocasta, and in my veins flows the blood of a cursed line. My story is one of fate and fury, of love turned to anguish and a city that calls me savior then casts me aside. Let me tell you how it all began. I was born under a dark prophecy. The oracle of Delphi, that voice of fate, declared that I would kill my father and marry my mother. Fear and dread ran through my parents' veins as they heard those words. My father, Laius, sought to avert the prophecy. He ordered me, a helpless infant, to be abandoned, to die on the rocky slopes of a mountain. But I survived. The gods, cruel and capricious, allowed me to live, to grow far from my birthplace, in the hands of strangers. I was adopted by the king and queen of Corinth, Polybus and Merope. They raised me, loved me, though I was not truly theirs. One fateful day, I heard the same prophecy from the oracle, that I would kill my father and marry my mother. I fled Corinth in panic, afraid to fulfill this dreadful fate. Little did I know, I was already running toward it. My journey led me to Thebes, a city in the grip of plague and despair. Its people were crying for salvation, and I, in my ignorance, believed I could save them. The city had been cursed by the wrath of the Sphinx, a creature whose riddle had plagued the people for years. What walks on 4 legs in the morning, 2 at noon, and 3 in the evening? I answered correctly. Man! And the Sphinx was vanquished. In the eyes of the people, I became a hero, a king. I took the throne, and with it, the hand of Jocasta, the queen. But the gods, ever vengeful, had already set their plan in motion. As time passed, a plague ravaged Thebes. Desperate, I sent my brother-in-law, Creon, to consult the oracle once more. He returned with the chilling news. The plague would not end until Laius' murderer was found and punished. I swore to bring justice, to rid the city of the killer, never knowing that the truth was within me all along. I summoned the blind prophet Tiresias, hoping he would reveal the truth, but he only spoke in riddles. You are the murderer, Oedipus, he said, and in my anger, I scorned him, dismissing his words as madness. Yet the seeds of doubt were planted. The more I sought answers, the more I realized I was being drawn into a dark web of fate. My investigation led me to a traveler who, in his dying breath, revealed that Laius had been killed at a crossroads. The pieces began to fall into place. I recalled a fateful encounter at that very crossroads, where I had killed a man in a fit of rage. The pieces of the puzzle fit, but I could not yet grasp the horror of it. Then came the revelation that would shatter me. The messenger from Corinth arrived, and he told me that Polybus, the man I thought was my father, had died of natural causes. He offered me a grim comfort. I was not his son, but the son of the man who had raised me. The final pieces of the prophecy clicked into place. Jocasta, my mother, who had been so full of life and love, realized what was happening. She tore herself apart in grief, and in a desperate, tragic moment she took her own life. As for me, I had no place left in this world of gods and curses. In my rage and despair, I took the brooches from her gown and blinded myself, for my eyes had seen enough of the horrors that fate had laid upon me. I am Oedipus, a man broken by fate, a king dethroned by truth. The city of Thebes, once my kingdom, now lies in ruin, the plague still haunting its streets. And I, who thought I could defy fate, have become its greatest victim. But what is fate, really? A chain of events, a series of choices and accidents, set in motion long before we are born. We are all prisoners of it, and in my story I am but one soul caught in its web, struggling to escape, only to fall deeper into its grasp. As I wander now, a blind and broken man, I ask the gods, the heavens, and the earth, why was I born to such a fate? But the answer, I have come to realize, is lost to me forever. My story is a tragedy, but it is also a lesson. A lesson in the humility of man, the power of the gods, and the inescapable nature of fate. If you enjoyed this journey and want to learn English with more fascinating stories, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Together, we'll explore myths, legends, and tales that not only teach but inspire. See you in the next adventure on English Fun Tales. Keep learning, keep growing.